Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Welcome to Brian's Funhouse, where the fun never ends. This guy was asking me, what's always behind you? Some of these albums, I saw some autograph albums behind you. So I figured this video, we'll just do a quick partial room tour just to check out the autographed albums and CDs that I have. I do have a lot of autographed soundtracks. We'll do another video for soundtracks. So this will be the non-soundtracked LPs and CDs that I have for autograph. All right, let's go around the room. All right, on this nice closet door that leads to the furnace room, how scary. I got Steve Perry, of course, Steve Perry from Journey. I just put out that solo album not too long ago. People hadn't heard from him for years and years and years. I did get the chance to meet him, unfortunately. It was one of those things where you pre-order the album and he'll autograph it and stuff. So there's a picture of him signing a whole row of the albums there. This one here is autographed by Mr. Paul Shortino. Rough Cuts, first two albums. God, they're so amazing. He also did a short stint in Quiet Riot. I got to meet him when he was in Las Vegas doing the, I believe it's called the Rock the Vault show. So I was really, I knew kind of which performers were going to hopefully be there, so I brought a few of the LPs to get signed. And of course, he was the vocalist for the band. Along those same lines, Mr. Rob McCauley, MSG. He was also in a band that didn't ever really break here in America called Grand Prix. They are an amazing band. Check that out. But in the 80s, mid-late 80s, he was in MSG with Michael Schenker there. But I got to meet him also at the Las Vegas Rock the Vault show. That's Alice Cooper's autograph. He was very nice as well. Met him. Was at a local horror movie kind of convention thing, and he was there. That was 2016, I believe. This flyer was hanging up at a Guitar Center in Chicago maybe about 25 years ago. It's been. Stood in line and met Brian May. Awesome to meet Freddie Mercury, but I didn't. But here's a pop. But I did get to meet Brian May. He was very nice. Here we have the ex-singer from the Dead Kennedys, Jello Biafra. Also started a record label, Alternative Tentacles. He was signing things for free at this horror movie convention here in Chicago. He was very, very cool. You know, you never know what to expect when you meet people that are kind of a little odd. Of course, Jello would fall into that category of being someone that's a little odd, but he was amazing. Way up hugging the rafters, this band, I believe they're still around, they're kind of a pop band called Neon Trees. They played a Chicago Blackhawk pregame kind of thing outside in the parking lot a few years back. And for their kind of music, I really thought they were pretty cool. So stayed around after the show, and they were signing autographs and meeting people. So I got them to sign this piece of paper, and I bought the album to put it in there. Mr. Henry Rollins, I saw a spoken word performance of his in Chicago. I didn't get to really meet him per se. He had signed a handful of these posters and had them in the front lobby for sale, so I bought one of them. The same Rock the Vault show, I got to meet the guitar player from Heart, longtime guitar player from Heart. There's a rock card of his, so I didn't get his autograph. Dave Kennedy from Y&T, great hard rock band, heavy metal band from San Francisco. Got to meet him when they played out in St. Charles, Illinois. I had him sign Mean Street. Great record. Y&T is an amazing band. Judas Priest, unfortunately did not get to meet them. Bought one of these, I forgot what it was called, Pledge Music, I think, where you would prepay for an album, and then if you prepaid a little more, you'd get the autograph version of it. So it was nice to get them. I mean, they're just icons of heavy metal. I did get to see them play a little cheesy place, the Horseshoe Casino in Indiana, and I was front row, grabbed a few pics. They were really, really great that night. Way back when, got to meet DJ Fontana, one of the drummers for Elvis. Met him at a record swap in the 80s, and I've just always held on to this autograph. So, one of Elvis's drummer. One of my crushes and one of my favorite 80s kind of pop bands, although they're still around, still playing live. Berlin, Terry Nunn's the singer, and again, I got to see them live, front row, but I did not get to meet her. This is one of those things where you, like I said, you buy the album and you get it autographed. Buffalo Tom, amazing band, one of my favorite rock bands. They are just a great band. Again, I've seen them live a handful of times. Awesome band live. And I never got to meet them, but this is where you prepay, you get the CD signed and all that. Mark Curry was on, I believe, Virgin Records for a while. He has a relationship with El Jefe from NoFX. I think they've played each other's songs on each other's albums. I got to sneak in. It's one of the few shows I snuck in when I was walking around town, and the Wallflowers and Mark Curry were playing, and the opening band was loading out. And at the time, I kind of really looked like a musician, so I just sort of walked into the club. And before he took the stage, I got to meet Mark Curry and chit-chat with him about punk rock and stuff. And this is a great album. He's got 2 solo albums that I believe came out on Virgin, and they are just amazing. Like kind of folk rock thing with the edge. Got a really good bluesy voice. CJ Ramone, got to meet him at it's like a flea market autograph show. Kind of a cheesy event, but he was really cool. Got him to sign that. He's the only Ramone that I've ever met. It's always fun when you get to meet one of your idols, and they are really freaking cool. This is the singer of Devo, Mark Mothersbaugh. And in that picture, that's the 45 he is holding. Beautiful World. Cheap Trick, my favorite rock and roll band. I paid for an after show kind of meet and greet thing, or I think it was actually before the show. They played St. Charles, Illinois. I've seen them countless times. So I have pics from all kind of eras and that. I didn't really get, there was the meet and greet, and they kind of just hustled you in and out, so I wasn't that happy with it. But a year or 2 later, they did a record release signing at a record store in Chicago. And even though there was maybe a few hundred people in line, they did spend a lot of time with each person and chit-chat and stuff. So I got to talk to the singer, Robert Sander, about Florida, where he lives, and I lived for a little bit. Here's Brad Gillis from Night Ranger. I love Night Ranger. They never get the props that they deserve as a good hard rock heavy metal band. They have some awesome songs. Of course, he is also known for being the guitar player for Ozzy Osbourne for a very short time. He's on the live album Speak of the Devil from Ozzy. Peter Criss, drummer, Kiss, got to meet him at a comic book convention type thing where they also had people you can meet. That was 2014. I'll show you the picture, just to prove it. There's me with Mr. Peter Criss. As a drummer, he was somebody I looked up to and still look up to as a drummer and as a performer. So it was really cool meeting him. He also was very, very nice. A friend of mine gave me these when he saw Kiss. He got them to sign inside of an album jacket at a record store, but he knew I loved Kiss, so he gave me this. That's Eric Carr and Vinnie Vincent, of course Gene and Paul. So I was very, very happy to get that. One of the more recent shows, well, I guess 2014, Nike's Time Flies. That was a little while ago, but I saw Kiss play at Amphitheater, and before the show, went to where they were selling t-shirts, and they had a select few amount of drum heads signed by their drummer Eric Singer, so I got that. Of course, Johnny Rotten, the Sex Pistols, great punk rock stuff. I saw p.i.l just a few years ago, and before the show, they were selling just a few of the album fronts that he had signed, so I got that and framed that. Johnny Rotten, that's his signature. It's kind of a crazy signature. The glare is pretty bad on this one, but that's Al Jorgensen from Ministry, the local Chicago hero, a great band. What a long career they've had. And he actually, there's a picture of me getting the record signed. We talked about the Blackhawks a little bit. He was very, very nice, very cool guy. He wouldn't kind of, he's scary, but actually talking to him, especially talking about hockey, he was a very nice guy. Twisted Sister, JJ's autograph. That kind of sucks. That's when I met Dee Snider. I do have his autograph, although it's not on this record. There's Dee Snider's autograph. And then Eddie, guitar player. Coheed and Cambria. I do have the whole band's autograph on one of the records, but I don't have that displayed. I just have the singer, Claudio, his autograph on that. This glare is horrible. Anyway, Anthrax, it's a current lineup. Joey back and Scott Ian, and so there's the whole band. They played this festival, and after their performance, they hung out kind of side stage, meet and greeting and talking with the fans. So I bought this and brought it to have them sign it. Now, don't have this autograph, and I didn't get to meet him because I was out of town. I'm still kicking myself with that. but my awesome wife stood in line for hours when Mr. Geddy Lee was on the book tour. So I'll show you his autograph right here inside the book. Again, I didn't get to meet him, but my wife got to say a quick hello to him. And she doesn't even really know any Rush songs, but oh well. Keeping along with the music theme of music autographs, these aren't records, but I'll throw it in real quick. That's a Backstage Pass. I used to write show reviews and music reviews and stuff, and that's a pass that I got in for Ned's Atomic Dustbin in 93, way back in 93. And Alex, one of their bass players, I think they had two, or maybe he was a guitar player. I forget. It was a million years ago. That's my press pass or something. Yeah, my press pass for photographs. I saw Jesus Jones, I believe in 91 or 92. And they played the Vic Theater here in Chicago at the height of their popularity. So that place was packed beyond belief. That was a sold out show. And after the show, they all just kind of hung outside their tour bus area, just meeting people and hanging out. So it was kind of fun. I got them to sign, I think that's like a show flyer or something on the back, and then I cut off all the autographs and put it with their CD cover there, and an article about the show. Love Hate, fortunately a band that never got the props that they deserved. This Blackout in the Red Room album is one of my favorite heavy metal records of all time. Around 1990, I was in community college and working or helping out with handing out flyers for shows and stuff like that for this music station. For this show, some local high school had won a contest to have them perform at a club called the Thirsty Whale. Here, it's not there anymore, but what an epic, iconic heavy metal club that was. But so they played the Thirsty Whale, exclusive crowd for this high school that won a contest, and then they also let in certain, I guess, press people, promo people, and so somehow I fit the bill for that. So me and Pete Oblivion went to see Love Hate, got all their autographs. This one's hard to see, tucked in the corner, but one of my favorite performers, Lizzie Borden. Also saw him at the Thirsty Whale. He played 2 shows. After the second show, I hung around. It was classic. I mean, these guys pulled up, "Were you waiting to get an autograph?" And well, yeah, I was. I thought he was cool. And I got to meet him, and he was a very, very nice guy. So he signed this. It's like an article for the show or something. Jason Bonham went to see his Led Zeppelin experience not too long ago. And before the show, they had some drumsticks that were already pre-signed by him. So I never got to meet him, but I did get a pair of his signed sticks. The only member of Guns N' Roses I ever met, Mr. Duff McKagan. It was 2013 Uproar Fest. And he was there with this band. I forget their name. I think they had an album or 2 out, and got to hang out a little bit, talk to him a little bit, and get an autograph on the Guns N' Roses CD Greatest Hits. And again, not a record, but a poster for Megadeth Peace Sells, but who's buying? I'd rather really have the guy sign this cool poster anyway. Dave Mustaine, got to meet him at this comic book convention. And he was actually really nice. He was in town also for playing some kind of guitar show thingy. David Elfson, when he was in the band, got to meet him at a separate kind of horror movie convention thing where they had some musicians signing autographs. So, not a record. I'll show you real quick. Jesus Lizard, one of my favorite bands. Throughout the years, I've gotten to talk to a few of the guys and hang out here and there, but this was a poster before their show in 2009 at the Metro that I bought, which was signed by the band and the artist. Another heavy metal poster, Grim Reaper, my favorite metal bands. They played a show in Chicago a few years back. I always say a few years back, but sometimes it's like 10 years back. But so I got to meet singer Steve. Great voice on that guy. Everyone's got documentaries days about their band. I sent away for this. I didn't get to meet him, but drummer of Quiet Riot. There is his signature there. Frankie Benelli. So I think that about does it for the record covers that are signed, that are kind of rock and roll related. I do have some more that I just don't have out, of course, throughout the punk when I was in a punk band, we would open up for bands, so like that. I got people to sign stuff, and of course just hanging out with our friends at the time. So I do have things signed by like Rancid, Pegboy, Screeching Weasel, Alkaline Trio, other Smoker Popes, other bands like that. But I figured I would show you the big rock stars on the wall there. It's always kind of fun just to meet someone and say hey, and I like to get autographs. So hope you like this video, and we'll see you again real soon. Thanks for watching.